Welcome back, Virtual Formula League, and ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Virtual Formula League once again, and we're starting this off a bit differently to how we normally. We have the current driver standings and constructor standings on the screen displayed straight away, so we get to know what happens and everything else for the constructors and the drivers. Is a bit spicy. In the drivers, it's the Ferrari boys that top the drivers at the moment. Lucas versus Dupe. There is 2 points in this going into the final couple rounds, and it is going to be a Ferrari battle once again. The Ferrari in the constructors are miles ahead of the rest of the field. This is why they have shown their class this season. It has been as much delight for them as possible with not only strategy but their pace as well has really reflected on the way they like to do things in the world of Virtual Formula League. It is a short quali and a 50% race all season. It has been an interesting little battle, I would say. But it's a very nice, interesting battle for the drivers. But the constructors look a bit spiced up in the midfield. You've got Racing Bulls, Red Bull, Aston Martin, and Sauber battling it out for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. It is a privilege as always to be commentating on the racing, and hopefully will it be more action packed than last week. It is going to be an interesting one to say the least. We've got a number of things that we need to get on with and do, but in the world of Virtual Formula League, it's going to come down to Lucas and Dupe for the drivers title in season 15, and it looks the ways of Ferrari for the constructors. Who knows what will happen between now and the end of this season. It's I believe, by the looks of it, if we go onto the calendar, we've got Jeddah, Suzuka, and Portimao left. So 3 races to go. And if we're doing this mathematically, and I mean if we're doing this mathematically, I believe, and I mean if I get the points up. Hold on, just need to try and get the points up, because I believe Ferrari can win the constructors tonight. Just give me a moment. So here we go then, for the drivers. So there's points from first all the way down to 15th. I just didn't know how many points was between everyone. But if my mathematical are correct, Ferrari are 104 points clear of literally anyone. And when I mean literally anyone, I mean literally anyone. Which means they can win the constructors tonight. And I mean, that's all they've got to do in the world of Virtual Formula League. So 236 points to 132 with the cards and everything on the pack. A total of 46 points can be won in the race between constructors. So if you times that by 3, so 4, 12, 18, and then 6 is 12, 18. So that would be 100. And so it'd be 120, 130, 138 points for the rest of the season to go. We've also got a sprint to go, I think, as well, if I am not mistaken. Within the calendar. No sprint, so sorry. We have 134 points remaining on the actual standings and in the actual standings. So I'm just trying to work it out mathematically. If, and I mean if, Ferrari come out of this Grand Prix weekend unscathed, and I mean unscathed, if they did what they did last weekend and the weekend before that, just scoring the points as they do, they will be constructors champions for the 9th time, I believe. I think it's the 9th time. But yeah, it's a very, very interesting story. So yeah, Ferrari will claim the constructors if they outscore Mercedes basically today. As long as they outscore Mercedes, they will be perfectly fine. But Ferrari need to beat Miguel and they need to beat Tom this race. As long as if Mercedes, and I mean if Mercedes outscore Ferrari by at least, and I mean by at least, what was I say, 46, 90, 104 points. So they just need to outscore Ferrari this weekend. That's all they need to do, is they need to outscore them this weekend, or the constructors does go to Ferrari. It's currently 104. There is 104 points after this Grand Prix weekend available. So as long as Ferrari do not extend and Mercedes gain, which it is a 2v2, then they can mathematically win this weekend. But, and when I mean but, it will be all down to the drivers today, as long as Mercedes can outscore Ferrari in any shape or form. They will be constructors champions. So we will see what happens and what will happen if we have any predictions tonight. Who well knows these drivers? I have been told that I've got to sit on board with Dasher all race apparently. So we ain't gonna get anyone else but Dasher apparently this weekend. I have no idea why he wants me to sit on board with him, but it's gonna be a challenge for the front two anyway, in the drivers. 2 points in it between Lucas and Jupe. Dasher's finally coming out. Here we go then, Dasher. What have you got to show us? Other than a Cash RB sitting in front of you. What have you got to show us? But, and like I say, it is all about tonight for the constructors with Mercedes and Ferrari, who can do something about Ferrari today. It is only Mercedes can only do that. The Mercedes have it all in them today, and they've got a mountain to climb if they want to beat Lucas and Jupe. Apparently, and I mean apparently, Tom is the favourite to win. We don't know how true that is, but by what everyone's been saying in the Discord groups and everything else, Tom is the favourite to win. But Dasher said apparently, if I stick on board with him, I'd get a cookie. And being the fat man I am, I'll take a cookie any day of the week. So here we go then. Oh, with Dasher into turn number 1, gets it through very nicely. Turn 2, you want to run as wide as you can through 3, and Tom sets a 1:28.3 as a banker lap, and that will be that. And yellow flags. Miguel sets a 27.5, 8/10 between the two Mercedes. But onwards we go. It looks very nice from Dasher. What's the sector time going to be? It's going to be purple. It is purple, and the McLaren behind of Pi might have got a little bit quicker, because as soon as Pi went through that, they came off. So Pi has the upper hand on everyone through the first sector so far, but it could be this is where they might need the toe on the back straight of the lap. But you will see the ERS being as low as anything, and it's a purple middle sector as Pi's gone through that, and he's not beaten him through that sector of the racetrack. Fire has split the two Mercedes. Cheers is behind the Mercedes, and Littlewood's behind Cheers, not by much. But Dasher to the final corner then. Will he hit the wall? No, he won't hit the wall. We won't do a Max Verstappen. But you really see how much that McLaren's pushing in the background, and then to the line. Dasher 4/10 down as Pi's put it right with Miguel. That was a lap from the McLaren, but Dasher, I thought you had something special. You wanted me to be on board with you. 4/10 off in the first runs. Going to need a bit more in the later stages. As Lucas is on a lap, Jupe's on a lap. Oh, Jupe's not on a lap, he's invalidated. But I'll tell you what, that's put the back foot in for Jupe. It'll be the early laps that can sort this drivers out. Lucas only a 27.1. 28.1, sorry. I wonder why if Jupe didn't abandon that lap. Could he potentially have got in, got some more fuel, and then gone again? So the Ferrari boys have run out of fuel already. as that's not how you want to go through that corner. And Wish into turn 1, then we caught that at the right time for the Williams driver. So we'll see how he fairtails through the first sector of the racetrack. And it looks quite nice so far. Going off board, still sliding on him through there. We don't know what Wish his sector time is going to be, as there is still complaining as he came out of that corner, but he's a 32.5. Where will a 32.5 first sector put him? But he's got the middle sector, he's got the final sector to navigate. And I tell you what, and he's got off track. He's still saved it somehow, but that will slow him down an inch. What will it be? A 101.4 middle sector. So he'll be looking around the 28s. 28 what? 28.7, 8 ish being through there. Round the final corner and to the line. It will be a 1:28.9. There we go. Behind his teammates. And that is put arguable Wish in the position of midfield. Now, if we really like to get involved in this, and I mean if we really like to get involved with this, with the mistakes he made through the lap, is there possible, and I mean, is it possible to absolutely smash a second out of his lap? As Looneyman gets out the way. Tom's on a lap. Through the first sector. Stayed on board with him here, because it's not a very nice sector to get wrong or right. And he's had to downshift. That would have had to... a little bit hesitant through the first sector. But he's 2/10 up. Is it just me, or have I not raced here in a long time and he had to downshift as much as he did and lift? I don't remember you having to downshift and lift as much as through there as I thought, but if we have to do that now, then I've not raced here as often as we should. But it is onwards then towards this middle sector split. It will be 3/10 up, 1 minute and 9.9, sorry. So we'll see what this sector comes and what can he do as he navigates the final corner. Very late on the brakes, get the car turned in, don't hit the wall. He's done that and to the line. I will say with him being 3/10 up, we'll put him anywhere from second to thirds, and he goes thirds. I told you anywhere from second to third, and he was third. A very good lap from the Mercedes, puts the Ferrari on the back foot a little bit more. Jeep's out on an out lap. Freshy's on an out lap. Another Ferrari of Jeep's on an out lap. Aviar's on an out lap. Shaggy's on an out lap. Aviar started his lap. Yellow flags in Sector 2 as Aviar navigates Sector 1. And I think the Mercedes boys are slowing down, or unless that's Tom slowing down and Miguel going a bit quicker. Who knows? Sector time 32.5 for Aviar, who's down in 15th as Miguel's really pushing. That was close. That's the closest we've been to the wall so far at that corner around this track this weekend. Miguel's pushing, he is a 10th up and he is leaving this pack alone. It is on board to be a 27.4. He is the man that raises the stats in Saudi Arabia tonight. Dasher, a 27.5. That's pretty respectable to get anywhere near Miguel, but if Miguel's absolutely aced the lap, it could be even further. It's a 27.4, and like I said, he nailed that to a pin. He was pushing as hard as humanly possible. So Dasher's got to go again. He's got to find another 10th. As Lucas in the final sector now. With Jupe in the final sector. I was trying to get on board with Jupe because Jupe's the one at the back. So one Ferrari chases the other Ferrari. The first Ferrari comes to the line. Now he goes second. Jupe goes a bit quicker. But they're going to have to find another 10th in the lap. Barca versus Inter. Who is winning? To be honest, Barca versus Inter. I know Inter's a very good team. No, Barca's a very good team. It's a flip of a coin. Inter or Barca. Barca are the favourites, so I'd go with Inter just because I like a team who's not favourites to try and do anything, basically. But, and when I mean but, Looneyman, no, it's not a mandatory 2-stop tonight, my friend. I'm sneezing so bad. Yeah, I've got a bit of a cold. I don't think it's a cold. I think it's hay fever, to be honest. I really do believe it's hay fever. But, and when I mean but, was that Williams impeded? I think he was. L. Franks on a lap. We'll sit on board with a Sauber. We don't normally sit on board with Saubers nowadays. They seem to be flying under the radar. And when I mean they're flying under the radar, I mean they fly under the radar. They're not really noticed. I mean, they have some fantastic pace at some tracks. I played all day playing with my mate in Minecraft, building a fancy house. Well, I sat at home doing absolutely fuck all. Actually, no, that's a lie. I put some money away in my bank and then I came home and did fuck all. But yeah, it is half a second. Jesus Christ, Frank, half a second. The ERS usage between drivers is unbelievable as well. And when I mean it's unbelievable, I mean it's unbelievable. And the Sauber's trying to find even more time by using the walls to slow themselves down. To the line, it's a 27-2. 8 tenths still puts him last, unfortunately, in 15th with 2 minutes to go, as everyone is going to start darting out the pits now. Find your moments. I would have gone out a little bit earlier because I don't like the traffic. And when I mean I don't like the traffic, I mean we did go to an air show with the school. Fair enough. Fair enough, mate. As Tom Frank is washed. No, he's just warming himself up. As Tom will be the first of the big gunners to go then. And when I mean the first of the big gunners to go, I mean the first of the big gunners to go. what can he do? He needs to find at least, I'd say at least half a second in this lap. He needs to be pushing this Mercedes. If he wants to be helping his teammate challenge the Ferraris for the Constructors' title, he needs to be pushing that at least 100%. And that's commitment through there. I knew you didn't have to live, and he was committed, and that is 3.5 tenths up through the first sector. That's a massive gain for Tom. That is, what's that, a 0.4 currently. That's on pace with his teammate if he can keep L. Frank's retired in the pits. He's not going any quicker. But it's going to be on the back straight where he might need someone, but he's got no one. Is this the lap for Tom then? Can he get anywhere near his teammates? Can he challenge the Ferraris? He is still 3.5 tenths up. This lap is going to be all or nothing at the final corner. He's got the one last long back straight to go. 16 seconds to go. Lucas retired. That's huge in this constructor and driver battle. Lucas isn't going any quicker. But can Tom go any quicker? Can he get anywhere close to the top of the timings? He does a 1:27.6. He must have lost a tenth and a half in the final sector. That was disappointment. But I say you what's not disappointment. It's a purple sector from his teammates. Can Dupe respond to the final corner with the other Mercedes? It's gone Mercedes, then Mercedes. The Mercedes boys got out there a bit earlier to the line. It's a 1:27.414. It's got to be a lap and a half from the Super Dupe himself. If Dasher wants to get any closer, he's not improving anytime soon. He's invalidated. Fire to the line then. Fire sets a 27.2. Dupe has got a mountain to climb in the final sector. He's not done it. Pies then got a bit quicker and he's gone to second. That's a huge upset for Mercedes. Mercedes were looking at a 1-4. They're now looking at a 3-7. Looneyman cannot go any quicker. It's going to be arguable with the last one. He goes to a 28.7. That puts him 12th. I have no idea what the fuck that Williams are having this weekend, but I'll tell you what, when I was watching the real life Formula 1 at Zandvoort, they were flying this weekend. Well, I don't know. Doesn't look like to be the flying start for Williams this weekend with the constructors as they are. How many drivers were in S11? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how Fire's done that, but that puts... But Fire is on pole position. I'll tell you what. When people said Tom was going to be the favourite, I'll tell you what. Being the favourite and 7th, well, it's going to come down to a race pace, race strategy, and everything else. But Fire put the red softs on, and he fired them up in a different grip. And absolutely took the world by surprise. Dasher said to watch him. He finished 6th. So... predictions, and I mean predictions. What do I think will happen? It's quite funny. Because I think a lot will happen in Jeddah. What will happen? I will say, wish first, Frank second, cheers third. Well, I'm not going to lie. And I'm not going to lie when I say this either. I don't know why, but I had Wish winning this race as well. I said everyone's going to crash at the front of the race. Wish will win the race, followed then from Aviar, and then Freshie was going to be my top 3. So something's going to happen that's going to cause everyone in the top 10 to crash. Front wings galore, rear wings galore. But yeah, Wish will win the race, followed then by Aviar, and then Freshie. I don't know what happened to the rest of them, but that will be the top three. We are waiting for the green lights. Even his teammate Fire is cheering Aviar on this weekend. Aviar says, well in the obviously at Fire. I'm going to try and catch up a bit after the horrible qualifying. Fire Spot, you got this, Aviar. Yes, Aviar, you've got this. It's the 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go as Pi got a terrible start. Fires off the trot and into turn 1 safely. Or is it? Because Pi, it might be the second phase. The first phase, it didn't look like he got away, but the second phase absolutely took off. Them medium tyres worked a treat from the start. That caught me from a bit of a very surprised, because it didn't look like Pi got off the line. But it looks like these mediums will fire up as soon as humanly possible. But Pi will leave then from Fire, from Miguel, from Dasher, from Lucas, from Dupe, from Tom. And as it stands, Mercedes do outscore Ferrari. So what they need to do is stay like this as Dasher's moving behind Lucas. That was a neat move from the Ferrari driver. Now, Inter scored. Good old Inter. As Aviar has got Wish. I don't know what's happening to Wish. He's falling backwards and backwards and backwards. If he wants to win this race, he's going to have to go forward, forward, forward and forward. But Miguel is all over the back of the RB driver of Fire. It's mediums versus hards. And has Miguel got it by the time of the braking zone? Yes, he has. He's got into second place. Now, I think it's these medium tyres that are giving everyone the boost. And Lucas is on the mediums. The Ferrari boys are split strategy. I don't know what. Well, that's ruined my predictions then, as Freshie's now retired. I don't know what happened. But there's 14 now remaining. Is it the hard tyres maybe? Is it a bit like where the hard tyres don't act as much as they should? Looneyman's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So we'll see what that happens as Fire's losing Miguel. And I tell you what, these hards are not sitting pretty one bit. As Fire has got another man in his mirrors. It's the man, the myth, it's the current championship leader. It's last year's drivers' champion. It's Lucas, and he wants to reclaim and stay alive with his reigning championship. He's got to beat his teammate, obviously. He's got a long way to do that as of yet. But here comes Luke. No, he sits behind. Dupe is going to have to do something to stay within Dash's DRS here, because it is just losing and losing out. But I tell you what, one person that's not losing and losing out one little bit, it's Miguel. Miguel's going to look for a move on Pi. Pi's going to go around the outside. There's a bit of a lock-up between them both. And the lock-up did not help, and that's going to bring the pack together. And I tell you what, they're all single-filedly through the first sector once again. So Lucas has got to stay behind the likes of the hard tyre. But the hard tyre takes a few laps to warm up, I would imagine. Or if the grip's not there, then what will happen? As side by side, El Frank and Shaggy for 11th and 12th. And what is Arguable Wish doing? I have never seen Arguable Wish so low in my life. Why is he in 13th? This Williams is meant to be a rocket ship. An absolute rocket ship. He's meant to be up here with Dupe and Lucas. That's his pace. What was he doing in 13th for? Has he got damage? He's not got damage. Cheers may be on the charge here by the time they get to the bank corner, but I tell you what, we sit on board with Dasher, and Dasher's got a brilliant view of a four-way scrap. And I tell you what, Dasher's looking to pick up the pieces here, because Fire had a terrible exit from the final corner, because one Ferrari of Lucas passed him, and will he keep his spots down into turn one, I wonder? Pye looked for a move, Pye didn't get the move done, and that is the top 7 safely through, and Chiz is in 8th. And it's arguable where she's getting sandwiched between 3 drivers. And I tell you what, did look for the switcheroo, wasn't there. This is really hurting Wish's pace, Wish's time. I know what he's like round here. He's normally a very, very quick driver. And being caught up in this kerfuffle up ahead is not helping his pace one bit. He is losing time and time again, and it'll probably be beneficial if they all backed out. There's contact. We was on board with that. But I don't know what will happen with that one. We'll go to the front because Pye is Wish found his level. I have no idea what Freshie did. I have no idea. As Pye has got into first place then. A lovely move from there. So we'll see what happens from here on in, as is the hard starting to come in a bit of their own, if you know what I mean. L. Frank picks up a 3-second time penalty. But I'm just wondering, is the hard tyres now the tyres to be on, as Tom really wants to get past Dupe there. Gone the wrong way, excuse me. Could it be the mediums or could it be the hards at this stage in the Grand Prix? Who knows? As Cheers, just look how much grip he's got more. It's got to be the mediums at this stage of the Grand Prix. The hards are just not firing up one little bit, as Cheers has got a lot of pace. And I tell you what, Dasher look for a move, and Cheers going to look for a move round the outside of Tom. Can he hold it within the track limits? Oh, and Tom's put it, Cheers in the wall. What was that about, Tom? Cheers set that up absolutely beautifully. And you just show him the wall. So that means Miguel's got it all to do today. He's got it all to do. Because as long as they go into next week 104 points or above, Ferrari will be world champions. As Dasher, I'll tell you what, no one knows where their car is today. No one knows. I'll tell you what, does this leave everyone on the hard tyres, so Fire and Dupe, for the end of the race? Williams masterclass. Yeah, we can see at the moment. As Dupe goes a bit wide. We're going to go back down to this battle, because he still has his front wing. Shaggy finds himself the wall. But here comes DVSR then. on Shaggy. I don't know what is happening down at this end of the field, but there seems to be about a second a lap slower. So I don't know if they're going side by side for every single corner or what. But here comes DVSR then into turn 1. Can he get Shaggy into turn 1? Can he get L Frank into turn 1? Who knows? Here comes DVSR then. To the outside he goes. Has he got Shaggy? Later the brakes he has. But a kick Sauer's got in deep. He's going to come back on track. And Wish again. Cannot find a way through on L Frank. And I tell you what, he is going to be absolutely raging inside that Williams cockpit, because he cannot find a way past. No matter where he places his car, he's going to try his luck. This is not an overtaking spot one bit. He's got to back out that. Oh no! Shaggy has decided to hit the Williams. And I don't believe it. Right then. Wish should wish to retire. You know what? Wish should just keep going. The thing is, I wish he was a bit quicker, but so, I bet Wish was a bit quicker as well. But the DRS chickens up at the front. How many chickens have we got up here today? 6 chickens. Which chicken's got it right? Here comes Miguel then, on Pi for the lead of the race. But here comes Lucas. Lucas is going to look for a bit. No fire. No. Dasher. No. Dupe. 6 chickens. We got 1 silver chicken, 1 orange chicken, 1 red chicken. We got another blue chicken. We got a green chicken. We got 2 red chickens. So how many chickens do we want in this? 6 wide into turn 1. I don't think it will happen. Looneyman's pitted. But I wonder if these guys start messing around. I know Tom's got himself down. Aviar's got himself a 3-second time penalty in 9th. He's coming back through very nicely indeed. But he's got to get up the road from the likes of L Frank and Shaggy. And I'm not going to lie, Cheers had great pace before that incident. And I mean really, really good race pace. But Dasher seems to be on the back of Fire, pushing him round the corner. So the mediums are starting to die off. No, sorry, the mediums are still in the world of their own, sorry. Other way round. Let's say Fire's tyres are not working. But I'll tell you what, which car of the top 6 are in the right place to win the race? I reckon Jupiter's. They're all going to travel into turn 1. They're all going to stay single file handedly down here. It is looking very, very nice. From the front. The front's now boring me. I think the front would bore everyone else. So we're going to go back to some more action. This is where the action's happening. Somewhere here. With L Frank, Xavi and Aviar. And Wish if he can catch up. Because I'll tell you what, if Wish could catch up again to this and have a right go at these guys again and get past, as L Frank's going sideways through sector 1. And Aviar's trying to get away. If Aviar can find a 3/10 before the Delta time 1, which is the DRS detection zone 1, which is here. No, he's not found that. So Shaggy's going to have DRS again on Aviar. He needs to try and get rid of Shaggy. But I don't know what will happen. There's action pack at the front, so I've missed all this. And Lucas has got a lovely move on Miguel if he can hold it. It is a drag race to turn 1. Miguel's going to have to get boxed in here. And there's contact between them. That was Miguel's fault. If there's any damage. I reckon Super Droop's in the world of his own now. the gods may have helped him. If there's any possible damage on any of them cars. The Ferrari does look to have the front wing. But Pi has his front wing. The Mercedes has its front wing. So, when will be the time to blink for the hard tyres? I do reckon, and when I mean I do reckon, I do mean the medium tyres may be the race tyre at the end of the race. So maybe getting rid of the hard tyre straight away has actually probably helped Fire and Dupe. The Ferrari split in the strategy, which I like to see. But Fire is in a red sandwich, and he's got to get past here. And there goes Fire round the outside then. Oh, he's going to go for a double overtake. No, he's not. He's not quite there. But I'd say no! No, not a Ferrari and a red RB connected together. Has he got wing damage? Has that Ferrari got wing damage? I think it has. No, it hasn't. The Ferrari wanted the pit lane. Oh no! How's that just cost 10 seconds? Oh, Lucas, not again. Has that just cost him the Drivers' Championship? Has it just cost Ferrari winning the Constructors' this race? We don't know. It might possibly go down to next week. But the hards are starting to come in the world of their own. The mediums are going off. But I'll tell you one thing, that is not good news for one Ferrari. Because one Ferrari is stuck behind Shaggy, Aviar, and everything in between down at the back. Oh, and it's cost him again! Why did Shaggy close the door? What is going on in the world of Saudi Arabian Air tonight? Dashes in. This might just cost Lucas the drivers tonight. As we see Miguel getting all squirmy through this first sector of the racetrack. And I tell you what, if he's not careful, he'll have Jeep all over the back of him without no DRS as well. But Jeep will have DRS. It will be how quick Lucas... Oh, Dasher has got in front of Lucas. That's put another driver between both Ferraris. I wonder what will happen now then. And I mean, I wonder what will happen now. Between now and the end of the flag. Cheers gets Shaggy this lap. That might become crucial. But here comes Miguel on Page, and Page has gone round and let him go, so it'll be the DRS back to back. We'll see what happens at turn 1 then. Miguel has gone into the pits. Pie's gone round once again, so it'll be a drag race towards turn 1. I think Pie will have this towards turn 1, or will he? Because Duke will back out of that. That was probably a sensible move, as he knows he has the race in his hands. Miguel pits. Fire then will stay out and go around again with Tom, as this will now become an apparent battle. Will Miguel get a head out in front of Dasher? Dasher goes through sector 1. Where's Miguel? And he is got in front. Now, I don't know. Wish has got himself a 3-second time penalty, but thing is, where I wonder, and I mean where I wonder, how on earth, and I mean how on earth, right? With I've always been held up for so long, right? And I mean for so long. With him going on to the medium tyres at the end of the race, he's going to have a much, much, much better opportunity at the end of the race, where the points are given out at the end of the race. That's where he wants the medium tyres to come alive, because I'm seeing everyone struggling on these hard tyres. And I mean, it's coming to apparent enough. Jupe has got Pie into the final corner then. I was on board with Fire, as Fire's eyeing up a move on Tom. If he waits... Oh, Tom's played DRS chicken. He is chicken number 1. 6, 7. Where was he in the group when Miguel and all that lot? Was he number 6? As Fire's gone down the road, Pie leads... Pie's pitted. So, which means Super Dupe leads this Grand Prix with an 8-second gap now. Where is Pie coming out in the world of pit stops? He comes out behind Dasher and only just, but in front of Lucas. Now that is really, really going to hurt Lucas at the end of the race, because he's not going to be able to clear them guys. Dasher hits the wall. I wonder what will happen. Pie has gone down. Laps are going off. The fuel's getting gone. So surely, and when I mean surely, the car being much lighter than mediums will just take off. How many laps? Would they box this lap? On the end of this lap, as Tom's got Fire. I didn't see that one. What's happened with Fire then? Nothing. I've got no idea. I thought Fire was leading from Tom there. He must have made a mistake or some sort. I tell you what, Tom could play a big part in this now for the constructors. But the only thing, Tom's got half a front wing. He's got damage to his front wing, that's all I know at the moment. But no, Mercedes are in shape to keep the constructors alive. Bless me, as we probably will see one Ferrari enter the pits this lap. Willy box. I would think so. He is in. Bless me, as we enter the pit lane with Dupe. Bless me, as Tom go around again. Fire's going around again. Pie sets the fastest lap of the race. Where will Dupe come out in front of this? And after all that, Dupe is ahead. Bless me, another bless me, is ahead of his teammate. Tell you what. Bless me. Fire's got himself a 3-second time penalty. My hay fever's going through the roof now. And I mean, literally. Arguable Wish has got himself a 3-second time penalty, but he's now on the medium tyres. Bless me. So we'll see what happens with Jeep at the end of this race. Bless me, fucking hell. For God's sake. Fires in. Aviar's got a 3-second time penalty. Right, where's my drink? Because, I'm not gonna lie, I can't be sneezing through this whole bloody entire race weekend. Dasher nearly hits the wall! Pretty much loses it, and Jeep will be right on the back of Dasher now. Oh, cheers and Looneyman. Hold on, what's happening here? I want to know what's been happening here. Cheers is on a redemption drive. And we'll see if Cheers can get Looneyman once again. As Looneyman's let him go. Right. I think Jupe's in a world of positions here. I really do. Look at the pace of this medium tyre. It is absolute. Look at the grip he's got out on the other drivers. It is super. I'll tell you what, Miguel's in trouble. Miguel is in a lot of trouble. And so's Lucas. Lucas is in a world of trouble. Lucas could finish this race in 8th. Which then, the driver's title could be won by Jupe. But Miguel needs to stop hitting these walls. It's the pressure from the Super Jupe, that's what it is. It's no more Super Max, it's Super Jupe. So, we'll see. Will Tom play a big part in this race? Yellow flags. Safety car! Right! This will be interesting. Because Lucas has got a 10-second time penalty. And I mean, it's very interesting. Will Tom, Pie, Miguel, Dasher, Luke, will everyone else pit? Pie's stayed out. Miguel's got in. Jupe's got in. And I'm not gonna, even Jupe's got in. Has Pie just made the biggest mistake? Tom soft. Jupe. The double stack. Oh, Miguel, no! That's really hurt Miguel! Lucas is serving his 10 seconds. Oh my words. Jupe is in seconds. Oh my days. What this race could land on anyone's head now. I don't believe it. Miguel's just had the worst possible outcome of that pit stop. Dash has got a head out of him. And so's Jupe. He has lost 2 positions. He entered the pits 3rd. It went Tom, Fire. So I assume what happened. No, Who was it now? Tom. I know Tom led everyone in. I think no, Miguel was next, wasn't he? Because Pye stayed out, yeah. So that's why the Mercedes have been held up so much. But I don't know what's going to happen this race now. I really, really don't. And Tom has apologised to Miguel for the pit stops as well. Jupe may win this race. And if he does, he needs to get past Pay quite quickly. Because I don't think them hards are going to fire up at all. I really don't. You saw how bad they were against the mediums at the start of the race. They're 6 laps worn versus new softs. If Dupe got past Pye very quickly and held up Tom, Dasher, Miguel and everyone else behind, this could be Dupe's race. And it would take huge points away from Lucas and the drivers as well. Safety car in this lap then. Right. Who will win this race then? Pye has what he needs to do. He's got a big, massive gap to make. And as we see, they're not on our graphic as yet. Hold on. There they are. On the left-hand side. As we are waiting. As there he goes then. The final corner. Duke gets a bit squirrely out of the final corner. And he's got to get away from Pye from the start of this race. And I tell you what. Pye leads from Dupe into turn 1. Then Tom Taylor. Then Miguel going for Dasher. Dasher's going to hang it round the outside to try and get the move done and sorted on board with Miguel. Dasher backs out. That was smart because Tom's got himself a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help Tom one little bit. Lucas is looking to come back through this little pack here. But we need to see how long he will stay behind. All these, as he's had a bit of a snap. Frank's got himself a 3-second time. But these 3-second time penalties can actually affect this race. And I tell you what, I reckon this will go to next weekend for the constructors, but I reckon there'll be one little more dice to play. Can Dupe get Pye? I think he's got to be patient. He's got to be very patient. He's got to get him into turn 1. Tom's making mistakes. So's Miguel. I think if he wants it, he's got to go now. He's got to be into turn 1 this lap. He cannot let Tom get through. It's got to be this lap. If he wants to win the race, it's got to be this lap. Can he get McPie into turn 1? It's going to be Ferrari power versus McLaren power. The Ferrari power is going to squirm past the McLaren power, and Ferrari's through. Tom's not through on the McLaren. That's huge. Going through this first sector, the hard tyres. Shaggy's retired. Shaggy is 14th and out, and I don't know what will happen now. The gap is going up all the time through the first sector. Pie's losing his tyres. The tyres ain't firing up for the hard tyres for Pie. But I can tell you one thing. It's still within. It is still within the grasps. Can Pie hold on? The gap is there. Lucas is falling away. Lucas's front wing is still there. The second is no more for Pie. That might cost Dupe. Here comes Miguel then. Yellow flags. Cheers. A virtual safety car. Oh my days. What is happening? Tom's got to drive through. Tom's out. I don't believe it. Ferrari fires out. What's happening? What happened to fire? I don't believe it. Ferrari are going to win the Constructors. We've gone green once again. Wish is out. We're down to 10. Lucas is in 5th. As it stands, Mercedes do not have enough points to outscore Ferrari. Ferrari will be Constructors' champions. There goes Pie then. Miguel. Wrong car, Jack. And we'll move into 2nd place. But the next DRS detection zone might help Pie here. There's no... Miguel has got DRS. So we'll see this battle continue then. Towards the front. Luke, I don't know what is happening to Lucas. Littlewood is right there on him. I'll tell you what, Saudi Arabia always brings the fun and action to the Grand Prix. And I'll tell you what, this has brought more than just excitement. It has thrown the dice away from a lot of people this weekend. Where do you want to be starting the final lap then? If I was Pie, I would get in front of Miguel now. I can't be arsed with these. What's happened, Fire? What's happened? I have no idea what's happened. I have no idea. Why the fuck is he killing me for no... I have no idea. Who? Who's killing you? There goes Miguel into turn 1 then. That might not be the place you want to be starting the final lap on, Miguel. So then, it is between these three for the victory. 4 for the victory. Lucas is in. I have no idea what's happened to Lucas. But he is not acting like he wants to get back in the fight. Dasher, Pi, Dupe, Miguel have got another 2 sectors to go to try and navigate. Will it be any of these? Will it be the McLaren on the hard tyres? Will it be Dasher on the medium tyres? Would it be Dupe on the soft tyres? Would it be Miguel on the other soft tyre? He's playing DRS games here. They all know what's going to be happening. They're going to be playing DRS chicken all the way to the... Oh, they've been... That's a bit of contact. They're all slowing down, but here we go then. To the final sector we go. Miguel leads from Dupe, from Pi, from Dasher. Who will win this race? Who knows? DRS detection zone. DRS, ERS to the line. It will be Dupe round the outside of Miguel. Can Miguel hold it from the inside? No, he can't. There's got to be too deep. Dupe has. There'll be a switcheroo. Has Miguel got the pace? Has he got the traction? Dupe's in front. Will it be Dupe to the checkered flag? It's Super Dupe. Followed from Miguel. Followed from Pi. Followed then Dasher. Lucas will pick up 5th. Littlewood will be in 6th. Looneyman in 7th. Cheers and Aviar and Elfrank having their own little battle to the line. It'll be a drag race to the line. Is it Aston Martin? Is it RB? It's the Aston Martin who takes 8th. Aviar will take 9th. Wow. And I mean wow. And if my maths are correct, and I believe my maths are correct, and I think if I am correct, right, let's just export these results. For dark, but I'm not gonna lie, I think Ferrari are world champions once again. I think Ferrari are world season 15. And that has put a lot. Ferrari are world constructors champions in season 15. It is back to 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 back. I don't know how many times I've got to say to back for constructors champions. I've got no idea. How many to backs have I got to go for Dupe and Lucas for constructors champions? I've got no idea. I joined in season probably, I think it was season 10. I joined. We're now in season 15, and they already had a few before. I think it's like I think it's 7 or 8 times in a row now. But that's Ferrari World Constructors Championships, and I tell you what, mayhem. Right, thank you very much all for watching. We'll go towards a raid. And we will go and raid into Trappy again. He is currently streaming. We'll go raid over it to Trappy again. And I will see you guys next week in Virtual Formula League once again. I'll see you all guys there. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys there. Take care. Peace out.